We are developing a new kind of treatment that actually fixes the underlying cause of rare genetic skin disease called RK. It is based on mRNA and lipid nanoparticles. Kind of like COVID mRNA vaccines, they are given the skin temporary instructions to build a protein which can correct the mistake in the DNA. It is precise, non-invasive, and potentially can give the long-time treatment for the patients who are suffering from this disease. Our team brings together people from very different worlds, but with the same mission: to fix rare skin diseases at the root. It all started in the lab of Professor Sarah Hedtrich, who spent years of studying skin, not just as a barrier, but as a complex, living organ which deserves more attention in drug development. There were a lot of late nights, failed experiments, but finally a breakthrough that made us think, wait, this is actually working. From there, team grew. Scientists with deep expertise in mRNA, base editing, and lipid nanoparticles, together with clinicians who work closely with the patients, and entrepreneurs who know how to get breakthrough out of the lab into the clinic. What unites us is the belief that no disease is too rare to matter, and no problem too complex to solve if you bring the right people together.
So imagine living in a body where your skin, your largest organ, is breaking apart every day. Imagine suffering from a disease where you have hyperkeratinized patches, so really thick, scaly skin, wounds in between that cause infections all of the time. And this is the sad reality of patients, and mostly children, suffering from RK, the disease we're trying to treat, autosomal recessive congenital ichthyosis. And so what patients constantly do is treat their skin with creams. They take oily baths to kind of get rid of the symptoms, and this is keeping kids out of school. This is keeping them in hospitals for multiple hours per day. And so what we're trying to do is really correct the root cause of the disease. It's a genetic mutation. So we're trying to correct that mutation to really get a long-lasting impact for the patient. Our approach is the best because it's local, non-invasive, and repeatable. We are not using viral vectors, for example, as a lot of our competitors are doing, or ex vivo therapy, which means that we can really apply these lipid nanoparticles topically in a very safe way. Lipid nanoparticles are also scalable, so we can really upscale at very low costs as compared to viral vectors. And we have shown in our preclinical data that applying lipid nanoparticles through the skin and topically means that they only stay within the skin, so there's no systemic uptake in any other organs. Only the skin cells that we want to treat are being treated, and we really think that this is the best and the most novel way that we can treat this disease. So I know this is a very cheesy phrase, but I like to say now or never. And especially in the case of gene editing, I think this is very true. So recently we've had the first gene editing drug ever to be approved. In the past 2 years, we have 2 gene therapy drugs which have been approved for the skin, and this is exactly where we're standing now. So we are in the late preclinical stage, and we believe that these advancements, together with support from regulatory agencies like FDA and EMA, which have given us orphan drug designation for our drug, will really help us to accelerate it to the clinic, give us market exclusivity as soon as our market approval comes. We're really standing at the shoulder of these advances, and we hope in the next 2 to 3 years to start first in human trials and bring real hope to these patients suffering from these incurable genetic skin diseases.